can't spell manipulative without a man. Also can't spell woman without man. What's your point? Refer to us as ladies, we don't mind. Can't spell ladies without lad. Try again. I mean, it's clever, so props to the guy. Hey everyone, my name is Jake and welcome to r/murderedbywords, where we go over well-constructed and probably the best put-downs and comebacks on the internet. Oh, and here's a quick disclaimer so YouTube likes me. Found an article about washing machines and energy-efficient / low-carbon footprint wash cycles. How about people just stop living? Let's all walk around naked vegans that smell bad. Anyone, here's a problem to solve. Blank. Why don't I just strip naked and shit myself? Congrats pal, you have the same problem solving skills as a literal toddler. I really hope Red was being sarcastic here because, wow. Jeremy Clarkson brands Greta Thunberg a spoilt brat who should shut up and get back to school. Not sure Jeremy Clarkson, who was 55 years of age when he was fired for beating up a producer on Top Gear because there was no hot food, should be calling anyone a spoiled brat. I find Jeremy Clarkson quite funny, but sometimes you can't tell if he's playing his character as the kind of obnoxious old guy, or he's just an obnoxious old guy. Do atheists use the word goodbye? Would they still use it if they were aware of its origin being God be with you? Wow, what a brilliant gotcha question. Obviously, our use of the term goodbye shows we're really theists. Just like your use of the words Wednesday and Thursday and Friday show that you are really a believer in the Norse pantheon, and you tack on the Romans with Saturday. Got you back! Or maybe the meanings of expressions evolve over time, and current use of them often has no particular relevance to derivation. No, remember guys, abandon all knowledge of the English language if your lack of religion says so. We're gonna be walking around going ooga booga. There's a young black guy sitting next to me on this flight. His phone rang and it said baby doll. I dare him to try holler and say he's single. How can someone be minding his business? You invade his privacy and assume he wants to talk to you, then make up a scenario in your head and be offended in advance. Is everything alright with you, dear? Do people like this really exist, or is this like only on Twitter? It must kind of stink though that you can't run 3 times. Actually, I think it's a good idea. If I ran a 3rd time, it'd be sort of like doing a 3rd Hangover movie. Didn't really work out very well, did it? Oh, I mean, I liked the 3rd Hangover movie, so I'll give it to him. I'm lactose intolerant. It's 'cause you're not a calf. I'm not lactose intolerant. Am I a calf? Did nobody tell them all mammalian milk has lactose in it, including human breast milk? Like, lactose intolerance has nothing to do with what species the milk comes from. Everyone who consumes any kind of lactose begins the slow process of cow metamorphosis. Stay away from it if you don't want to become a minotaur. Points to someone dying of anaphylaxis after eating a peanut. Lol, you're dying because you're not a nut. The last one's just the cherry on top there. I literally had to show ID to post on here. Roast me. There's a certain niche of r/roast me posters that all fall into the same category. Those who weren't cursed with some hideous amalgamation of grotesque features, but rather actually look like functioning members of modern society. For them, the roasts can't be skin deep. You need to look inward. Look into those unremarkable brown eyes and into that learned, forced smile, done just right so the corners of her eyes peek up so it looks like she's genuinely happy. That's where this niche of r/roast me posters have a flaw. It's the practice smile, learned over the years to cope with what they're missing in life. A neglectful father who drinks to cope with his wife and daughter. An abusive boyfriend who just needs one more chance. A circle of fake friends who criticize every decision you make. Maybe it's simpler. You're not able to get the likes that you want on Instagram. Nobody you want to talk to hits you up on Snapchat. Not enough people retweet your tweets. So, you come in, like many others, to r/roast me in hopes of someone giving you the validation you've never been able to find in life. And that's where the flaws lie. You're never going to be good enough, and no number of compliments from strangers on the internet will ever change that fact. Wow, I really felt that one. Oof. The Church of Satan at it again. Satanists don't believe in a literal Satan. Then what do you call people who believe in a literal Satan? At the Church of Satan. Christians. The Church of Satan always appears here somehow. Well, let's see how At Wendy's feels. Which 4 for 4 is better? At Wendy's, we usually prefer the original to a knockoff, but hey, you do you. At Hardee's, just because you were first doesn't mean you're best. At Wendy's, tell us the 4th person to walk on the moon without Googling it. I mean, if anyone's wondering, it was Alan Bean, and yes, I Googled that. Name a badder bitch than Kylie Jenner. Anne Askew was the first English woman to demand a divorce from her forced marriage in the mid-1500s. She was also tortured in the Tower of London, but they couldn't break her. She was charged with heresy and went to her death, burning at the stake, at the age of 26. I get that the post is referring to Kylie Jenner being attractive, but damn, Anne Askew, she bad. OP shared a post. I have an immune system, no vaccines needed. OP's mom, you are fully vaccinated. This is embarrassing. If only all the plague and smallpox victims had immune systems, I mean, that would have saved so many lives. The land must not be sold permanently because the land is mine, God's, and you are but aliens and my tenants. Leviticus 25. That's because those things aren't in the Bible? Like which things aren't? Environmentalism? I love how religion has so many interpretations, these arguments will always rise up somehow. Tom Anderson. People keep asking, so I'll say it. Fear over Instagram's term change is ridiculous. Get real, folks. At Myspace Tom, says the guy that was not able to keep a social network alive. At Polo Tapia, says the guy who sold Myspace in 2005 for $580 million, while you slave away hoping for half a day off. Wow. Wow. The quiz is complete. The Jung Personality Test 60 questions classify you as catastrophic failure. And then it says something went wrong, but I don't think anything went wrong. Don't lie to us. A pretty lady in a restaurant just asked me, "Are you single?" I happily replied, "Yes." She took away the extra chair in front of me. This would actually be a perfect way to cover up a rejection. At Spongebob, when you realize you've never seen SpongeBob's backyard. At Spongebob Facts. SpongeBob Fact. In the classic episode Naughty Nautical Neighbors, SpongeBob's backyard can clearly be seen. You might want to delete this official SpongeBob account. Wow, the SpongeBob Facts guy corrected the official SpongeBob account. This guy deserves a verification tick above anyone else. I'm not a scientist, and even I find this highly improbable. It's most likely why you find it highly improbable. If you were a scientist, you would try to disprove it, rather than making an assumption based on conjecture. Well, his first mistake was probably admitting he wasn't a scientist. Hey everyone, if you want to check out a similar video to that, then click on screen right now. And if you want to see some epically funny jokes, follow me on Twitter at FakeJakeYT. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.